We begin top story with late breaking news.
Is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed. It's going to succeed.
Can you believe it?
Y'all did it.
KBLA Talk 1580 is about to celebrate its second anniversary on Juneteenth, and no terrible twos around here. We couldn't be more excited about all the good news we'll be announcing soon, including the launch of some new shows to keep giving you more of what you've been looking for.
Come on.
Smart radio for smart people. Hey, it's our celebration, but you get all the gifts. We'll be giving away fresh merch, swag bags, and a chance for you to join the private invitation-only, star-studded music and dance till you drop, food and drink galore second anniversary celebration. To stay in the know about the second anniversary details, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app right now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a winner. At KBLA Talk 1580, when we come forward, we're bringing everybody with us.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
You ready?
It's the Queen of Royal Badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Welcome to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, interviews. Andy, took me back to the 90s. I feel so good with that song going. I love that song. Y'all know Andy knows what he's talking about. Yes, Marcus Atkins says Groove Theory. Andy knows what he's doing. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, as I did. It was very relaxing for me. I was taking a chill pill, catching up on some television shows and whatnot. I stay up on these things so that I can bring them to you. Listen, if you want to join in on today's topic at any point in time, you can do that by calling 1-800-920-1580, or you can join us right now in our YouTube chat. You guys are already joining. Hello and good evening to you all. Hopefully, as I always say, I hope you're not in too much traffic right now, but if you are, welcome to the Raw Report, where the goal is to give you some energy while we're bringing you these stories today. You can also feel free to use the open mic feature on our app at KBLA 1580 as well. That's always fun, listening to your voice notes and seeing what you guys have to say. You never know, one of those could end up on the radio. You can hear your voice as well. So if you aren't following all of our social media platforms, please do that right now. KBLA 1580, that's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole nine. You know where to follow us. And you could also follow me at Robin Ayers. You should be doing that anyway. It's just a good idea. Let's see. Do I have some updates for you? I do. Okay, Khalees, do you know, rapper? Is she a rapper? A musician, artist? Khalees, she was really big in the 2000s, bringing all the boys milkshakes to the yard or something like that. Andy, don't clown me. Her milkshakes. Okay, she brought the boys to the yard. Okay, got it. I sounded way out of it. I did. I sounded way out of it, but I know the song. I used to jam to the song. Anyway, Khalees is 43 years old, and the rumors are that she's dating actor Bill Murray, who is 72 years old, and she recently responded after people were saying, "Are you going to talk about these rumors? Do you have anything to say?" She was like, "No, I'm not going to bother." So you can take that any way you'd like. She could or could not be, but either way it goes, good for her. She's out here living her best life, although others are pointing out the fact that, again, here we are talking about another couple who has a very large gap in between their ages, but good for them living their best lives. Anita Baker, we talked about Anita Baker before a few times because Auntie Anita is out here beefing with Babyface, his fans. All right. We know that Anita Baker was on a tour, and she invited Babyface to open for her or sing along with her on her tour, on her concert. And something happened, some technicalities, and he was not able to sing. Babyface said it was her. It was her people. Her people said that it wasn't going to happen. Well, Anita Baker has since been literally fighting off all of Babyface's fans on Twitter, and she's asking him now. She's like, listen, can you please call your people off? I don't know. They keep going in. What I do hope, he's spoken out. He says nothing but love and respect for Anita Baker, but he's going on to do, the NPR Tiny Desk. He's doing all of these wonderful things. And so is she. She's going on to do her shows and all of these wonderful things. But the two of them, we need the two of them to be okay. And we need them to make amends and just live in peace. And we need Babyface's fans to fall back. So that's what she's asking. We'll see what happens with that. My question of the day, I really do have, this is a good question, and it's something that I came across online. The actress, her name is Dominique Fishback. She's really, her rise is I'm not going to say meteoric, but she's definitely climbing right now. Dominique Fishback, we've seen her on Swarm most recently, that TV show that was a huge deal. And she mentioned recently in an interview that she knows sign language. And it kind of threw her castmates, it threw them off because she started signing right there on the spot. And she said that she decided to learn it while she was in college because being a Black woman, she understands what it's like that not everyone knows where you come from. Not everybody knows your language, so to speak. So she decided to start to learn the language of someone else. And she was working at a restaurant, or she was working at the movie theaters or something. And a woman came to her, ordered popcorn. And when Dominique turned her back, she said, do you want popcorn or do you want butter with that? And the woman, when she turned around, the woman said, sorry, I'm deaf. She signed it. And Dominique was able to sign right back. She says, oh, I'm sorry, butter. Do you want butter on your popcorn? And the lady was blown away. It made her so happy just to see that someone else knew her language. And I just thought that was really, really amazing. Marcus Atkins says Dominique Fishback was excellent in Swarm. I take your word for it. I hadn't seen it. Andy?
I saw Creed 3 for the first time last night.
Okay.
Have you seen Creed 3?
Yes, I have.
And I just thought it was dope how, Michael B. Jordan's wife and, their daughter.
How they're introducing.
Man, I don't know why that was just so inspiring to me. It made me want to learn sign language after that because
really?
I thought how important that was. I remember taking sign language in college. I just took it as an elective or whatnot. But for real, there's a strong value in learning how to sign language.
Andy, that's so special. Thank you for chiming in with that. I really love that. I really do. And thank you for bringing that up because, yes, that is a huge, that now it's not, I guess maybe you can consider it a plot twist. The fact that they have a daughter now and if you've also watched Creed, that they're teaching sign and they're signing within the family. I think that's so amazing. And so my question for you is, do you know sign language? And you may not, but if you'd like to, I would as well. I know a family who they sign. One of the members of the family is deaf as well. And we're all literally like family, but it doesn't feel good when you have to grab someone else to sign for you when you want to say hello or have a conversation. So that's something that I would like to do as well. But while we are here and I'm talking to Andy, let's go ahead and get to the Raw Report.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
What we're talking about today, Nia Long, she says she won't tolerate it. Dang it. She's not going to tolerate perpetual gaslighting. We'll tell you what she's talking about and why she's fed up. I think she has an excellent point. Something we'll discuss. We're going to have a conversation about this because I'm sure many of you have experienced this. You might be fed up just like she is. We'll talk about what she's upset about on the other side. We're also going to talk about the very famous character that was created that we saw on the show, Martin. The character Shanae. Where did that come from? So many of us were we were so surprised that Martin came with all these different characters and we fell in love. Obviously Martin was a cultural phenomenon and we love it to this day. It's a classic. It will go down in history as that. But there are a couple of people, comedians specifically, talking about where Shanae actually came from. Did it belong to Martin or did it belong to somebody else? We'll talk about that, as well as O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson is out here trying to give some advice, and I don't know if we should take it from that messenger. Do we take the message and not the messenger? We'll see. We'll talk about that on the other side with a great contributor that we have today that I'm excited to talk to for the very first time. We will get to him on the other side as well. You are listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on The Rob Report.
You're inside The Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey LA, keep your utility bills low this summer while making your home the cool place to be. LADWP can help you save hundreds with air conditioner and thermostat rebates, plus free energy-efficient home upgrades and simple tips to help you beat the heat and save money. Visit ladwp.com/cool-LA.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 85% water, right?
85% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's.
Today's topic, Father's Day.
Yeah, I may have procrastinated a bit on getting my dad a gift.
Honestly, same. But Kohl's saved the day. I found great gifts my dad will love every day, like Nike athleisure, stylish shirts, some grilling go-tos.
Wow, your dad is one lucky guy.
What can I say? He raised a smart kid. Wait, where are you going?
Off to Kohl's to make my dad proud.
See store or Kohl's.com for details.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside The Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Already starting to see so much activity inside our YouTube chat. I can't wait to get to some of these comments, but I am reading them and appreciating your engagement, guys. I want to go ahead and get to our entertainment contributor for the day. My first time speaking with him, but I know he is not a stranger to media. He is not a stranger to journalism, obviously out here doing big things. TV producer and media personality, Jerome Trammell. Hello, Jerome. Welcome to the Rob Report.
Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, I'm fantastic. Thank you so much. Was your weekend? Were you out there in these streets, or were you more relaxing like I was this weekend?
Listen, every time I go, I live in Atlanta, so every time I go out in the streets, it's expensive. You got to park, you got to pay to get in, you got to pay for drinks, you got to pay for food, you got to pay for a section. I love to be at home. You know, will be some snacks, me a couple of drinks, and I'm good at home.
Yes, Jerome, that sounds like my cup of tea, because in LA, it's basically the same thing. So I'm glad to see we are on one accord with that. So, Jerome, first, let me ask you, I have over in our YouTube chat the question of, and I don't know if you heard me talking about Dominique Fishback, who is now saying that she knows sign language, which I think is amazing. 9%, someone says yeah, and 91% says no, unfortunately. They do not know sign language. How about you?
So I don't know sign language, but I think it's always beneficial to know another language, whether it's sign language or another foreign language, you know, just open doors to many opportunities. So, you know, I learned a little bit of German in high school a long time ago.
Whoa, okay.
But I do want to fluently know how to speak and, write, another language for sure.
Yeah, I hear that. I know all of my alphabet and sign. So if I have to get by, I can get by, but I don't know the full sign language. I'm not fluent in it. But I agree with you. It is always great to know another. Andy is over here doing the full signing. He's doing the whole alphabet. Okay, very good, very good. I agree with you though, Jerome. It's always good to know something. So if I'll take you a little bit of German and my sign language, and we'll make some stuff happen out here, Jerome.
Okay, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's talk about this Nia Long situation. For one, I agree with her. I'll tell everybody what she said. She went and tweeted, "What is this world coming to? I attended my son's school for a dance recital, and a song was played featuring the N-word. Somebody has some explaining to do. I will not sit in silence. I will not tolerate perpetual gaslighting." Okay. I hear her point in that. I don't know if you have children or if you have like young nieces and young nephews, that type of thing. But I have kids, and I know exactly what that feels like when I try my best to, when my kids, especially when they were young, they're teenagers now, but when they were young, I tried my best to keep them away from all the curse words, all the super negative, content that was out there. So I know what it feels like to be at a school or at some sort of event, I don't know, a wedding, reception or anything, and have bad words or the N-word played at a song. What do you think about Nia Long, and do you agree with her on this?
Yes. I feel like she's right to have a concern as a parent, going to school and hearing these things that, kids shouldn't be privy to. However, if we're being honest, I think, Nia Long is reaching just a little bit. I'm sure a kid lives a life of privilege and goes to some private school, and I just think having a conversation with the school about it and moving on, it's fine. But bringing it to social media, I just feel like it's misplaced anger, and maybe it has something to do with, that nasty breakup. Because I just feel like you were more vocal about this incident than you was about this breakup that everybody was talking about. I'm confused.
Oh, okay, wait. So, because on one hand, I agree with you in terms of her son being the son also of her ex-fiance or ex-partner. So you're saying that same energy that she has to protect her son from the N-word is the same energy she should have had when it comes to the dad and that whole situation.
Yeah, I feel like she should have been more vocal about that and, explaining her stance and her boundaries. But I feel like this one small issue shouldn't have been across social media this way unless, like, it was a teacher using the N-word at your son. I mean, and I also feel like, this is another conversation that, like, it shouldn't be in music if that's the case. You know what I mean? I just feel like I just feel like she's doing a little bit too much with this.
Okay. Well, I mean, and that could be. I think some people may agree with you. Me personally, I have kids, and like I mentioned before, I would sort of cringe. I'm just like, I'm not super protective in that way anymore, because on one hand, I'm like, you're not always going to be in the house. You're going to go out there. And probably when you go to school, you're going to hear other kids using the N-word or other, curse language or whatever, anything explicit. We can't necessarily shield them from all of that. So on that hand, I'm like, I get it. But then on the flip side, I don't know where Nia Long's kid goes to school, but it's probably some kind of like private institution. Probably a lot of more majority white kids go there or other kids go there. I'm thinking, what DJ is playing songs with the N-word? But you know what? I digress. I digress on the matter. I hear your point, though, Jerome. I do hear your point.
Yeah, I just feel like as a parent, like, in real life, like, non-celebrities, like, who is taking the social media like this? It's like she wanted to call the NAACP. I'm like, girl, it was just an N-word. Calm down.
Okay. You know what? Here's what's interesting. If I go back through all of her movies or her television shows, things that she's participated in, she's at least once said the N-word in her movies, hasn't she?
I mean, wasn't she in Friday? Ooh, let's not talk about it.
She was. I'm actually thinking about the Best Man. I think on the recent Best Man, this newer series, I believe I want to say that she went ahead and said the N-word. But maybe her point is just protecting it from her kid. I don't know.
And I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not about to get out. March, Nia. Come on now.
Marcus Atkins says, I think Nia has a right to address the issue about the school song. She didn't have to address her personal life. She was right to let her personal drama die off. However she wanted to handle it is however she handled it. Pretty Brown Mimi over in our YouTube says, what kind of school song has racial slurs? I don't know if it was a school song, but she was at school when they played the song. So I don't know. She's going to handle it however she wants to. Jerome, speaking of Jerome, Martin also created Jerome, Rome. Did you ever watch Martin?
Come on.
Hands down. I guess you did. Hands down. Definitely a culture classic. It is something that will forever go down as one of the shows that we love forever. Martin Lawrence, of course, came out with that in the 90s and created all these different characters who we love to see. But interestingly enough, now two comedians, Bill Bellamy and Aries Spears, are claiming where the famous character Shanae actually came from. Andy, let's go ahead and play the clip so everybody can hear.
Derek Fox, Jersey comedian. Now,
I'm wondering if you're going where I think you're going.
He would do his whole show. He would close with
Shantae.
So. Everybody in Jersey knew when Derek Fox does Shantae,
yes,
it is going to be pandemonium.
And that's the closing bit.
Early 90s, Martin Lawrence comes to Jersey. And destroys. Cut to Derek performs that night.
Coincidence.
Does Shantae.
Who later is known as
go ahead.
Shanae. When he literally took his bread and butter.
Shanae that Martin took to a level where we had to see it on his show. Derek Fox stopped doing comedy.
The unfortunate part is now everybody's going to say, look what he stole from Martin. That's why he can't do it no more.
Martin want to come on one day on Top Billing and tell your side of it. I love to hear it. But for the cats that we grew up with, we felt like that came from Derek Fox.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This is the very first time I'm ever hearing about that. I'm sure there has to be something like this that happens within the community of comedy, of acting, all of those different types of things. Someone was inspired by someone. What do you take of this, though? I mean, first of all, had you ever heard of Derek Fox before, this New Jersey-based comedian?
I haven't, and I don't want to take away from him, but what I will say is that when they are saying that, like, Martin took his bread and butter, Martin was already being offered a show and was already in development. They weren't offering Derek Fox a show. So I think that's the first thing. And then I'm only really addressing Bill Bellamy because I feel like Aries Spears should be really low key right now after his whole scandal. Yeah. So I actually watched the comedy special with Derek Fox on Def Comedy Jam, and he did introduce the character, Shantae, and it was alleged that Martin liked the character and wanted to pitch him actually for the network, but it just didn't work out. But Martin also said that the show was based off his real-life sister. Are there similarities between Shantae and Shanae? Yes, but every character that is a man dressed up as a woman is, extra gay or, over-the-top drag queen. They all have that similarity. Like, when Miguel Nunez did Joanna Man, Tyler Perry did Medea, Jamie Foxx did Wanda from Living Color. Yeah. They all are similar. That is the aesthetic. And Martin debuted over 30 years ago, so if there was an issue, it should have been brought up and worked out then.
Okay, you coming with straight facts and receipts. Okay, but you know what? So everyone can hear what we're talking about. I'm glad that you brought it up. Let's go ahead and play the clip from Derek Fox when he introduced Shantae on his comedy special.
Cut my music off, okay? No, you did not say no to Shantae in front of all these people, okay? In front of my fans, scandal. I don't believe you actually think that you cute. Look at your hair like you designed it with a firecracker or something. With them booger green MC Hammer pants on. Oh, no.
It's pretty similar.
Don't you know I'm the captain, sergeant, and the head lieutenant of the fashion police? I'll have you locked up dressing like that. And I don't know why you think you cute or stuff like that, because you ain't, okay? Just between me and you ugly. As a matter of fact, you so ugly that when you cry, your tears go down the back of your head because they scared to come down your face. Okay, Laura?
Okay. So to your point, though, Jerome, to your point, you made a great point. So many of these comedians had introduced a woman, and it was based off of someone that they knew. I have to say, though, and then Andy, I believe you, I think you say the same thing. When listening to Derek Fox's, his character of Shantae, and listening to the cadence and some of the little nuances, the I know you didn't, and like all of those things are definitely nuances that Shanae had. So I guess the question is more so, could Martin have been inspired, influenced, taken it and taken it as his own, especially after having had a conversation with Derek saying, I like what you do. I actually want you to come write for my show. Isn't that a possibility as well?
I believe so. I absolutely believe so. But also, I feel like when you're inspired by, you take little bits and pieces of, but you didn't straight copy. And I feel like if that's the case, Martin has a long list of people who were inspired by Shanae and did the same thing. We just made it their own recipe.
You made a great point with that. Very true.
And also, we have to think about, like, Def Comedy Jam was, 1992 to 1997. And, in Living Color, that was before Def Comedy Jam. And we have, Rhonda, played by Jamie Foxx, who was a comedic, drag queen or a man dressed as a woman, impersonating a woman. So it's like, it was very much similar. It was like you're a comedic person, over the top energy. And maybe Derek was even inspired by that.
You never know. You are saying some stuff. You never know. I do want to continue this a little bit on the other side. We're also going to talk about this O.J. Simpson thing and his advice that he has the nerve to give to Donald Trump. We're going to talk about that and some more. Right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports. We'll get to that, and then all the rest on the other side. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, I'm Damian Young. I'm chilling with Robin on The Rob Report.
More of The Rob Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton, and here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Supreme Court is expected to rule on the use of affirmative action in college admissions any day now. A pair of cases, one at University of North Carolina and the other at Harvard, allege the practice harms white and Asian students. In the Harvard case, student John Wang was turned down by 6 elite universities despite a perfect score on the SAT's math section and a 4.65 high school GPA. He said he was told by college admission experts he would almost certainly have gotten into Harvard if he were black. Former President Trump is in Florida in time for his arraignment tomorrow. Trump was indicted last week on 37 felony counts connected to the handling of classified documents. The indictment against the former president alleges Trump stored classified information, including U.S. nuclear programs and defense and weapons capabilities at his Mar-a-Lago resort. And that's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
On the 101 southbound right at Normandy Avenue, got a brand new accident. It's in the middle lanes, and they're trying to get that over to the right shoulder. You've got a little bit of a slowdown making your way there. Also in Baldwin Hills, La Brea Avenue, both directions. This is going to be between Stalker Road and Obama Road. It is still closed down due to that brush fire. And in Commerce, 5 South and Slauson Avenue, that emergency work has cleared.
Ready to take control of your phone plan? Well, then you better take that next turn to a Verizon store. Because my plan from Verizon is the kind of control we all deserve. Get exactly what you want. Only pay for what you need. Get my plan at your Verizon store today.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. Visit jpmorganchase.com/racial equity and get the tools to help reach your financial goals.
Is this the
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
This is the kind of sports story I hate talking about. A basketball star at Crenshaw High School was fatally shot Saturday night while attending a party in South LA. Quincy Reese, who would have been a senior in the fall, had offers from at least 57 colleges and had a 3.4 GPA. Reese was 16. LAPD has no leads in the case, but Reese's father, Quincy Reese Sr., was told that someone had posted information on the shooting on social media. Regardless of your views about the LAPD, this is one time they could use our help. If you know something about what happened to this talented and intelligent basketball player, you need to speak up. Quincy Reese had a bright future ahead of him. Don't let the dreams his family had for him just fade away. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
We begin top story with late breaking news.
Is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed. It's going to succeed.
Can you believe it? Y'all did it! KBLA Talk 1580 is about to celebrate its second anniversary on Juneteenth, and no terrible twos around here. We couldn't be more excited about all the good news we'll be announcing soon, including the launch of some new shows to keep giving you more of what you've been looking for.
Come on!
Smart radio for smart people. Hey, it's our celebration, but you get all the gifts. We'll be giving away fresh merch, swag bags, and a chance for you to join the private invitation-only, star-studded music and dance till you drop, food and drink galore second anniversary celebration. To stay in the know about the second anniversary details, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app right now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a winner. At KBLA Talk 1580, when we come forward, we're bringing everybody with us.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way. Offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
What you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. What you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? What you gonna do? You wanna get down? What you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Get down on it. Get down on it.
You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. If you're just joining us, welcome, first and foremost, but also we just got done talking about Nia Long, who says she will not tolerate perpetual gaslighting after she was attending her son's dance recital, and somebody had the nerve to play a song with the N-word at their school. She was not having it. I could understand how that would be awkward. We're also talking about Bill Bellamy and Aries Spears, how they're claiming the real Shanae stems from a character named Shantae, who was brought by a comedian, New Jersey-based comedian Derek Fox. And we just heard a bit of Derek Fox's his skit Shantae. I can't lie, it does sound familiar, very familiar, as Marcus says. Marcus, though, I gotta say something though. You said Martin was too over the top and that you were more of a Living Single fan. How come they both can't live? Let them both live. But you know what? I get it. No, I don't get it. Martin was everything. Definitely over the top, but still everything. Let's go ahead and get our contributor back in here, Jerome Trammell. Jerome, we were talking about this whole Shanae character. I have to ask you though. Someone brought it up. I think Mimi says that Derek Fox should have sued Martin for the impersonation of his character Shantae that turned into Shanae. But then Marcus brought something back around, saying that it's hard to sue someone on copying a fictional character performed on stage if it's in a public domain, and if Fox maybe had a trademark on the character, that maybe he would have more of a case. But do you believe that may be true legally, but just being in the same industry, Martin having been inspired by Derek Fox, clearly, because he spoke to him saying that he wanted him to come write for the show. They were going to do negotiations and all that, but it never happened. So just being that, just off top, do you think that he should have gone back to like maybe hook him up somehow, pay him, like a little bit, like a check or something, just on GP? I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
I believe that, yes, if he was truly inspired by the character and it was enough inspiration where it made a difference and it was beneficial to the show, absolutely. However, I also feel like that when you think about the Martin show, you think about numerous characters. And so for me, one of my things would be, if I'm inspired by this character, I got that from you. It was consistent through the show for him to have all these other characters as well. So it seemed like it was going to be part of the show anyway. And so it just seemed like it was something that would be hard to fight and hard to prove. Yeah, I agree with that. Do you have a favorite character from Martin? Probably Roscoe. Roscoe with his snotty nose. Roscoe probably was my favorite. And then the mom, Martin's mother, was hilarious as well. Oh, so, yeah. Oh, yeah. My mama biscuits. I just knew you was about to say Romy Rome. I mean, why? How come you can't? I'm just playing. Absolutely not. No. No? Okay. Definitely all the characters that Martin brought forward were just classic, and they were all great. But, yeah, I do feel like, if he was inspired by that character, he should have just gone ahead and shot him some ducats and been like, yo, let me look out for you, just on GP. Yeah. But we hear and that. Yeah, go ahead. I was just going to say, and also, if Derek Fox was to do the character, you got to think about this. During that time, there were so many men who impersonated women, who did that kind of art form, whether it's TV, movies, comedy, or whatever. So he still would have been able to do that. But also outside of that character, he didn't rise up as a comedian on his own either. So it maybe just wasn't in the cards for him. And that's no one's fault. Yeah, no, that's very true. You're right about that. And according to what we hear that he is still doing very well for himself, but he's in the car sales business, but maybe he's on some upscale luxury type stuff, which is great. He says actually that him not getting that role or playing that role on Martin, his initial character Shantae, him not doing that actually was a blessing in disguise, because then his thoughts are that maybe he would have been typecast. Which could be. We never know. So it happens to a lot of different actors, so many actors. It didn't happen to Martin. It did not happen to Martin. But he did have the ability to play all these different characters, but he's gone on to do some other things, some great things for himself. But everybody lands where they're supposed to land. That's my thoughts about it. Fahima says, Aries Spears doesn't know if Martin didn't break him off some. Well, yeah, we don't know if he got broke off money. We don't know. Okay, so
Let's talk about this O.J. Simpson thing. I gotta say, whenever I see O.J. Simpson pick up a camera and he sits in his backyard or wherever he is, he has his glasses on and he says something, I just get the feeling that he's one of those guys who's used to the limelight. He, even after all these years, you know, and for different reasons, obviously, he had been in the limelight, but he's not so quick to let that go because he's always saying something, even stirring some things up quite a bit. Let's get to this video clip where he's sharing some advice on Donald Trump.
Hey, Twitter world, yours truly here. Well, scrolling TV today, some things jump right out. One is the Donald waving what is supposedly secret documents and even admitting that they weren't declassified. I don't know if it was bluster or not. All I know is that cannot help him. I'm going to share some advice that I got from some of the greatest legal minds of our generation, of my lifetime. F. Lee Bailey, Alan Dershowitz, Johnny Cochran, Bob Shapiro, the great Barry Scheck and Peter Neufeld, Malcolm Laverne here in Vegas. The one thing they all told me and stressed to me, do not talk about the case publicly. Do not do interviews about the case. The Bakers threatened to quit if I did that. My point is, I don't know if Donald's lawyers are stressing this to him. If they're not, they should be fired and he should sue them. In any event, let's get to sports.
All right. So there's O.J. Simpson again, kind of in one ear and out the other. I don't know if this is going to get to Donald Trump or not, but your thoughts on this. I express, my feelings about it, but Jerome, you give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I know you said that anytime he picks up a camera, you're just like, oh, listen, I'm glad that he's picking up a camera. He's not picking up a knife. I'll start there. What I will say is that I'm not sure if O.J. Simpson is the right person to get legal advice from because it seems like he didn't listen to his lawyers too well. I mean, he got away with allegedly murdering Nicole Brown Simpson and the man. Then he had to pay that family $30 million and then turned around and wrote a book about if he did commit the murder, how he would have went, and then went to prison for 9 years for armed robbery. Now, I'm not sure if O.J. Simpson had any good advice for Trump, but I'm hoping Trump still takes his advice and it leads him to prison where he needs to be anyway.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. That was really funny. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Thank you for taking that where you took it. So Marcus Atkins says that interview with OJ is creepy. Everything that the man says, in my opinion, is creepy. Everything, he just doesn't land at any point. He does not land, and I often wonder, why is he doing it? Why are you speaking? No one necessarily wants to hear from O.J. Simpson. I don't know if he's trying to get a viral moment. I'm just not quite sure. Pretty Brown Mimi says, yeah, Robin, O.J. misses the spotlight. He was O.J. Simpson before the 1994 case. That celebrity is forever gone for him. That is what I'm wondering, if he's sort of chasing that. We talk often on this show how some people, you get into a career and that becomes a lifelong thing for your lifelong journey. And oftentimes your identity becomes wrapped up in your career. And if you no longer have that, and it was supposed to end off on in a particular note, and it didn't, oftentimes for people, they can continue to chase that. And so I don't know where OJ is in this day and age in terms of, financially or anything else for that matter. But I can just see it. I can see it written all over him. And every time he says something, I could just hear it in his tone. I mean, he just really wants to say anything that'll get him sparked back up in a conversation. So I don't quite know who's listening to this man.
Yeah, and I feel like because he was robbed, pun intended, of that celebrity, of that fame to where he was, and he's brought down. He's been, trying to reclaim and get that back, as much as possible. And he thinks he'll get it through social media. And it's just like, just chill, just be at home, lay back, use your money, whatever you have saved up, and just live your life and be quiet. And don't legal issues. Just don't speak on. Just don't speak on it at all.
Brian Moore. Hey, Brian. Brian says it's like he knows he got away with it, and it's taunting us. That is so interesting because I've had the same thought. Just you're gonna keep putting it in our face. You're just gonna keep coming back. So it's just funny. Allegedly, also, Marcus Adkins says I wouldn't be surprised if he requests a sit down with Trump. Now, if he requests, I'm gonna throw my phone. I'm gonna throw my phone at the television. Okay, so the question in the poll is: should O.J. Simpson stop giving advice, at least publicly? 75% of you say absolutely. 25% say nah, let him live. Okay, what do you say, Jerome? I think I know what you're going to say, but officially, what did you say?
I feel like legal advice, don't give it. You still have a small chance, especially if you stop doing what you're doing now, a small chance to give advice to other people who are, in the sports, field, other football players, like that. You can give that advice, maybe commentate a little bit, maybe a podcast or something, but leave the legal stuff alone. Just leave it alone.
You know what? That's a very well-rounded answer. That's very well-rounded, and I applaud you for that because I just said sit down altogether, But I like where you came from with that, Jerome Trammell. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having a conversation with you. Thank you for calling into the Raw Report. I hope to have you back again at some point. I love your insight, and we appreciate it. Let everybody know where they can find you online.
Absolutely. I had a great time. So likewise, it's great energy. I love the topic. So I'm on social media everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter is Mr. Jerome Trammell, MrJeromeTrammel. Yep, that's where you can find me.
That's where we will definitely find you and all that you are doing. Congratulations. Thank you again. I appreciate you and enjoy the rest of your night, Jerome.
You too. Thank you all.
Thank you. When we come forward, of course, we have got your Who's Got Next and what not to miss on the other side. You are in the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Lil Real. Right now, I'm hanging out with Robin on the Raw Report. That's right.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tina Turner's hometown to build a statue in her honor. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. On May 24, news spread of the death of the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, who died at 83 years old. Turner's representatives say she died of natural causes after long illness. The mayor of Tina's hometown has since revealed plans to build a statue in honor of Turner. Bill Rawls Jr., mayor of Brownsville, reveals his hope to have the sculpture placed in Heritage Park near the high school Tina attended as a teenager. She was born in the same town in 1939. Rest in peace to the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner. I'm Maisha Cairo for KBLA Talk 1580, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Are you a small or micro business owner looking for ways to succeed after the pandemic? LA County has got you covered. Gain access to economic opportunity grants and technical assistance to help your business thrive. Whether you need mentorship or capital investment programs, they're here to help. Find out if you qualify at recovery.lacounty.gov/programs. That's recovery.lacounty.gov/programs. LA County and you, moving forward together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Robin Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
This young man, wow, I'm pretty impressed with him. He goes by Papa J, but he is actually, speaking of Creed, he is the guy who plays young Michael B. Jordan inside the film. But he's doing everything. He's a singer, rapper, dancer, actor, all these different things. This song right here is called Let Me Know, Papa J.
Everything that he put you through, stay loyal even when he cheat on you. Can't do half for what I do for you. No red flags, I'm good for you. Good for you. I stay looking at your face, love. Ooh, girl, jeans hugging on their waist, love. It ain't nothing to keep you laced up. See them comments on their pay stub. I'm loving you, kissing you, hugging you when you want me to. Hoping you feel same way, baby, I'm adoring you. I wanna know how to make you smile. I wanna know what you thinking about. I wanna know if you love me now. I wanna know, girl, let me know. I wanna know, no, girl, let me know. Been silent before I was popping. Love when you calling me Papa. I got a feeling that we catch your feelings. I feel like nobody can stop us. And I be like, yeah, and she be like, yeah, I stay looking at your face, love. Ooh, girl, jeans hugging on their waist, love. It ain't nothing to keep you laced up. See them comments on their pay stub. I'm loving you, kissing you, hugging you when you want me to. Hoping you feel same way, baby, I'm adoring you. I wanna know how to make you smile. I wanna know what you thinking about. I wanna know if you love me now. I wanna know, girl, let me know. I wanna know, no, girl, let me know. And I be like, yeah, and she be like, yeah, ooh, baby. I be like, yeah, and she be like, yeah, ooh, baby.
Okay, Papa J, otherwise known as Thaddeus J. Mixon, 15-year-old Thaddeus J. Mixon. He's a junior, actually. His dad, they call him TJ, but his dad also music industry and things like that. But this guy is definitely on the come up, and one that I think we should watch. He is, again, like I said, he's acting. He played the younger Adonis in Creed, if you guys saw Creed 3. Also Disney film. He's doing a lot of different things, but anyway, he's on the rise, so definitely keep your eye out for him. Thaddeus J. Mixon in terms of acting, but Papa J in terms of music, so check him out. All right, well, that leaves us with what not to miss. Now, I'm telling you this, I know it's Monday, but I'm telling you this because it's this weekend. Do you know what's happening this weekend? Everything is happening this weekend, meaning that we have Father's Day that's coming up. Juneteenth is coming up. So even though people will have their festivals and events and concerts and things like that for Juneteenth, they're also going to have them on the weekend. So some are even in conjunction with Father's Day. So you might want to get tickets now. That's my point. I'm telling you on Monday because you might want to get tickets right now. So this weekend happening at the Hollywood Bowl is the Hollywood Jazz Fest. I don't think y'all really want to miss that. because it sounds like it's going to be a big deal. It's happening Saturday and Sunday, and it's going down. There's too many artists for me to name. I will name a few, but it's going to be a nice little curated situation with jazz music and some R&B and some hip hop. You've got people like Leon Bridges, whom I love, Raphael Sadiq, Lettucey, Diggable Planets, Big Frida, if you like that type of thing. But there are going to be some people, the Cardinal Divas of SC. The jazz band is going to be there with guest Charlie Young. Arsenio Hall is going to be the host. So just if you want to get there, the Hollywood Bowl, by the way, is really a phenomenal place to just sit and enjoy music and under the stars, of course. It's going to be very, very nice. With that being said, you don't want to miss it. Okay, so that's happening June 17th and 18th this weekend. But I'm telling you now, because if you wait to get tickets, you can't act like I didn't say nothing. You can't act like I didn't tell you in advance. Yeah, definitely. I definitely need to know what's happening the last weekend in Los Angeles. Well, what you mean? The last weekend in June in Los Angeles, Marcus? I'm not sure if that's what you mean. All is well. 714. Hey, says nice lineup. I definitely agree. Let's go ahead and talk about the other thing I don't want you to miss, which is always going to be Zoe Williams' show as well. And while I get that up and going, I think you guys, we're done with the comment of the day, or the last question of the day, which said, should OJ sit down and not give any advice publicly? Some of you actually said no, and I'm interested in hearing where that comes from. Who says no? And do you think maybe somewhat like Jerome said, that it's fine to go ahead and give your advice maybe on your own experiences and where you come from, maybe in a podcast or something like that, but stop giving legal advice maybe? You tell me. You let me know. Let's go ahead and get to Zoe Williams. I see that comment. You guys said that young Papa J sounds like Ray J. Andy, good point. Does he sound like Ray J? Nah, okay. I said he's, he kind of caught a Ray J vibe. He did. He caught a Ray J vibe from me. But he's only 15 years old. Let him get into his sound. Let him get into it. Okay, you guys, on the Voice of Reason coming up tonight, it's a lava topic alert. He says, is your love tank close to being empty? Is your love tank close to being empty? Got all kinds of questions for you, and you guys know that he's going to lead you the right way. So if there's some things you want to know about your relationship and you want to talk about it, definitely don't change that channel. Okay, Marcus Atkins says, yes, the last weekend in June. Well, we are not there yet, but when we get there, I will have some information for you, because that's all I really do, is look for information on what not to miss for you guys. It has been a great show. Thank you so much, Penny Thompson. I thank all of you guys inside the YouTube chat. Make sure you like and share this video and subscribe as well. My name is Robin Ayers, and I am always pleased to be with you guys. Remember, today and every day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton, and here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Student loan payments are due starting in October. The Department of Education said the pandemic pause on monthly federal student loan bills will resume